class here. Now we're going to talk about chapter 5, networking and security here. Networking, whenever you want to share some resource, you want to use networking here. If you have nothing to share, there's no need for networking here. As you can see even from this mobile phone here, they show you have many new features here. That's different than networking here. You are using your mobile phone to share info with other people here via different network. For instance, via the satellite network here, via your phone network here, so you can share your info using your mobile phone. If you are using mobile phone to take a picture, for instance, you want to send it to your friends here via internet, that's networking. You are sharing your photos here. Without sharing anything here, you don't need networking. Without networking here, you cannot share nothing via your digital devices here. And as we can see, you have many functions here. The term here is called emerging technology here. Emerging technology here, that's a new technology here. And they have combined all the different functions and put it into your mobile phone. For instance here, right now you are using your mobile phone as a camera here, so you don't bring your camera here, and you also use it, they don't show you here, but you use it as an alarm clock. I did here. So that's more functions in one device. You also want to considering that mobile phone is high tech here, thinking about you squeeze in all the functions here in such a small little spaces here, and comparing to your notebook, that's much bigger. Comparing to your desktop, that's even bigger here. So, and whenever they have some new features, or they call new functions here, new apps here, they want to load it into your mobile phone first, because you are carrying your mobile phone like 24 hours a day here. You're not carrying your notebook like every day or like every minute here, not mentioned about desktop here. Since you're going to use your mobile phone like almost all the time, daily, so they are going to input all the new stuff will be happening in your mobile phone, and some at first they'll be free. Later on, they will charge you money for that. Example here is like you would call like cloud installation here. Cloud is internet, same stuff here. Cloud installation here, you can save all of your photos in the cloud here, unlimited space here. And at first it's free here, so you're happy. And later on here, they're going to charge you some money for that here, small amount of money. But accumulating all those small amount of money here, the carrier, the service provider can still make a fortune on that here. So that's your mobile phone. Since we are talking about networking here, you say, hey, Dr. Wu, networking got nothing to do with me. If you are using mobile phone, if you share your photos here, if you text your friends here, yes, you are networking here. Security here. Now you see this guy here look like a check mark here. This looks like a McAfee here. Actually here, not only for your computer here, also for your mobile phone. If you don't have McAfee, Norton, or something like that installed, sooner or later you're going to get virus here. So that's how secure. You say, hey, yeah, I use my mobile phone here. Security is not talking about me. Yes, they're talking about you and your mobile phone here. If you don't have a antivirus software as McAfee I am using here, sooner or later here, your mobile phone going to get some virus, and typical virus will wipe off all of your info here. Now you have yourself a totally new phone. You don't like that. No more pictures, no more nothing here. They wipe off your mobile phone because you didn't pay, for instance, $50 here, and for 1 year you can get like 10 license here to put your McAfee into your mobile phone, into your notebook, into your desktop here. You need to have that here. So that's called security here. Yes, even with this example, you are using a mobile phone, you are doing networking via internet. You need to have McAfee antivirus software to protect you. You have something to do with security here. So this chapter here, we are talking about very important. One is sharing info here via internet here. One is how can you secure your info here. So chapter overview here, they're talking about computing here. They are talking about classroom here, internet here. Yeah, the most important is internet. Without internet, nothing will happen here. Internet came out 1969 here. You can thinking about 1970. Well, right now it's 2020 here. So 50 years ago, someone invented internet here. Who invented internet here? That's going to be a review question for you. The government here. U.S. Government Department of Defense, DARPA. They have this project called DARPA here, DOD. They invented the internet here. Once they invented the internet, the very first two applications were, one is email. Yes, you want to send email. Another one is called file transfer, attach file here. Now, you are using email. Yes. Sometimes you attach files. Yes. That function has been invented by US government here 50 years ago. Then about 10 years later here, they share this technology with the industry like IBM. Another 10 years, they share with civilian like you and me. So you can say that we have internet, we, civilian, general public, we have internet like 30 years already here. How about that here? And internet is the networking. It's the most important example for networking here. Without internet, a lot of stuff just cannot be done here. And internet here offer lots of new opportunities here. For instance, you can take the class online like you're doing right now. Without internet, this would not happen here. Opportunity-wise, competition here, globally, people can learn info via internet. So before, like for instance, when I was an engineer, I want to learn some phone, I went to New Jersey, Morristown, that's AT&T Bell Lab. Then they have a location, have the hard printed books, we call manuals here, standards here. So I can read it here, I can learn. They have equipment to do all the new phone stuff here without going to New Jersey, Morristown here. You just cannot learn the new phone technology. Right now you don't have to with the internet here. Even I want to go to Morristown again, they're gonna say, hey, cool, don't do that here. Why don't we just have a webinar? We have web conference here. What do you need? I'll email it to you. You say, no, I'm gonna fly here and see you guys. Nah, let me just email it to you. Want to have a video conference? We have a video conference. Yeah. Now we're going to the next one to see. Next one here, talking about networking and info here. Networking means sharing here. You want to share something with someone. Information is info. What do you want to share? Info. So what's the big deal about info? You are based on info to make decision here. Like your info here, you're writing a code in here to calculate the average of this class. That's like simple task. That's going to have like 24 students here, going to have a 24 course grade here. That's info here. Then you're going to divide it by 24 or add them up, divided by 24. So those info turn out to be turn out to be some useful information you can use to make a decision. For instance, if our class here, average here, is turned out to be at 30, I'm just making it up, it won't turn out to be 30, so don't panic in here. 30 here, then there's something wrong here. You make this class too difficult, or the students don't do their work at all here. So another way to see it, if the average score for our class average is 98, well, we probably make this class not challenging enough for you. Or there's something wrong. So if the class average like 80 something here, or even 90 here, yeah, to me, I think that makes sense. That makes sense here. So in this case here, you're going to use this info. I use info to calculate my class average. I say 83. Then via networking, internet, or intranet here, I send it to my supervisor. And supervisor say, hey, that makes sense here. So that we are based on those technology to communicate here. Without that, I would have to guess here. I think my class average is maybe 75. Oh, let me walk down the hall to my boss's office and tell my boss, see how he or she think about that here. That's going to be lots of waste of time. The beauty of networking and information system is you're going to have that info logged here. So you go back, you can check. Otherwise, you go back to your boss's office. Hey, last time, remember? I told you my class average was what? I don't remember. Do you remember? That's going to be inefficient. Now, the effectiveness here going to be happen here from networking and IS here. IS, IT, without this info, without info here, without sharing the info, using the technology here, we just couldn't make a good decision here. Okay, so that's how important is the networking and information here. With the more and more use of computers, internet, mobile phone, we have made us all more effective here. Okay, now see here, they are going to say a network allows users to communicate and share info here. Hey, this is the key here, share info here. You don't want to share nothing here. You don't need to have a network. You don't need to have a network here. So like for instance, you say that, hey, I'm going to find a job via networking. Network. Yeah, I built up my own network so I can find job. What does that mean? Meaning you and a group of other people is going to share all those hiring opportunities with each other here. If you're not sharing here, then you don't need networking. So networking, easier to understand word is sharing here. And IT here show two aspects here. One is you store your file, say picture. I have a picture here in my mobile phone. Yep, it's there. That's information system here. Then I also can send it to other people here. You want to send it to other people here, you need networking. Like internet here, you send here. So that's the different stuff here. You have picture here, you send it to other people here. The picture is your info, and you send to other people. That's networking. Okay. So right now we can say that easier to understand is once your mobile phone. Yeah, mobile phone have all my pictures there, and I'm going to see via internet send to everyone here. So that's your networking and information system here. Now we'll go to the next one to take a look what we have here. Whoa, computer networks here. Yes, computer network. A computer network lets users share. Again, come back to this keyword, share. If you don't want to share nothing here, you don't have a network. Network is sharing here. Share access to data and application here. Data here is like your info here. I want to know you. You're my student. I want to know your class average here, and I have application. The application can show your class average in this class, maybe in another class here. That's called apps here. Apps here, another term here is called features here, or functions here. Features, functions, applications here. Well, we use in different area like mobile phone. We more use like applications here. So new apps here, and apps can come from a big company like IBM can come up with an app here, and you can create an app here. Create an app here, get a patent here, then the patent lasts for 20 years here. You may get rich, and or you just sell it to big company here, sell to Microsoft, sell to Google here, and at first you're going to offer on the internet for free. Then they see it, lots of people use it here. You have a user base here. Then the company will approach you and buy it and change the name to, for instance, should that be Apple going to change to I something application here. And originally that was yours, but you sell it to somebody else here. Yeah, that's how you do for apps here. Benefit of using network here. Network here is about sharing here. What's the benefit of sharing here? Yeah, the sharing make us all is the better use of all the resources here. For instance, a company trying to find one candidate is difficult to find here, and you know that happen. You know, oh, they're looking for someone. Whoa, and they say, nah, not me. How about my friend here? So I'll tell my friend here, go interview here, they hire my friend here. It's a win-win situation. You don't lose nothing here. Next time you want to find a job here, your friend going to help you to do the same thing with you, because that's called network here. So networking make the entire society here more effective here. And that's the better use of sharing resource here. That's called network here. And the earth has limited resources here, we know. Well, I'm not talking about the land, the air. I'm talking about, for instance, how about job opportunities here? There are many jobs here, but there is a limitation here. So how can we do it? So that's why whenever you file an application for a job, they're always going to ask you the question here. Say, hey, where you hear this information? How will you know we are hiring here? You're from where? From magazine, from somewhere, from something here. They want to know. So computer networks here is look like this one. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 computers they're sharing another. If this one here you can thinking about, for instance here, this main computer, if they have a game in here at home, and this gaming can be played, of course you can sit in front of this computer and playing the game in here, or via the sharing like a LAN here, you can sit in front of this computer, or this computer. 4 people can play the same game in here, but the gaming software and application has only been downloaded into one computer. You don't have to download to all the computer here. That's called sharing. What are we sharing here? We are sharing a computer games here. What do you mean by sharing? It means one guy have it here, the other 3 guys don't have it here. 4. Oh, I'm sorry, 4. 1, 2. Okay, we'll say computer 1, 2, 3, 4. Other 4 guys here can share those computers here. That's called share. Share means something I have. Oh, okay, I'm going to share with you, and something you have, you're going to share with me here. Yeah, the network can connect computers in office, home, and classrooms here. Using the classroom as an example here, our classroom have 24 computers. So what are we sharing here? We're sharing a printer, one printer here. Yeah, we use the LAN to connect all the computers, so we can share one printer here. You don't print out all the time here. So if we don't have a LAN here, guess what? I'm going to get you a printer here, a printer here, a printer for you, a printer for you, a printer for you, a printer for you. Number 1 is a big waste of money. Number 2 is a big waste of space here. Well, number 3, the maintenance cost and everything here. You don't need it here. It just makes no sense. So we're going to use LAN. So what kind of LAN are we using here? Ethernet. E-T-H-E-R-N-E-T. Ethernet and only Ethernet. Ethernet was long time ago created by Xerox here, or Xerox, the company now famous for its copy machine here. And long time ago, that was very creative company. They created internet. The first internet, come back here, LAN, Ethernet. The very first Ethernet here was Wi-Fi 1 version used in Hawaii, many small islands here, and later on turned out to be a wire here. Here, you don't see the wire here. The wire will go via the wall through the top of the ceiling, then go to a closet here, a room here, that with some switches here and coming back here. So if you're going to print, say, if we have a printer here, you don't see it now. Yeah, you don't see it here. So if you want to print out something, it's not like you have a hardwire line to go there and come back here. No, you don't. And it's your computer going to connect it under the floor here, under the wall here, and over the ceiling here to go down to the hallway here. There's a closet here, a small room here, and there's a switch there. Then coming back here the same way here, go back to your ceiling here, go back to your wall here, go back to your floor here, come here. So yeah, to do this way here, cabling here is not so messy here. Like if you want to connect, easy way here, yeah, connect 24 computer all to the printer. Then you're going to have 24 cables here. They're going to trip you here. It's not a good idea here. You don't need that here. So you have some hidden. You don't see it, but it's there here. It's hardwired here. You say, yeah, I don't see it here. Yes, they are there. That's called LAN here. Very good example here about LAN, about sharing, about network. Here is in your classroom, you only have one printer. Everybody have their own PC, but share the printer. So that's a LAN. Say, where's the LAN? What's the networking got to do with me here? In your classroom, you have LAN. Yeah, so in here, say communication here. Yeah, communication here, sharing here, the same idea here for networking. So today here, we learned 2 things here. One's networking here, networking sharing here, and one is info here. You want to share info, picture here, your slideshow here, or other stuff here. Oh, okay, take a look for this one here. Now this one here, we have LAN 1, LAN 2, switch. Switch look like a VCR, if you still remember VCR here. They have, to the real side, they have 24 ports here, meaning they can connect 24 PC. Connect 24 PC here, so we can see this printer here. Yeah, so this printer here. So if this computer want to send something to get printed here, going to go via the switch here and go to the printer. Yeah, same idea. This LAN here, go via the switch here, then go to the printer. Cisco making lots of switch here. They're very famous with the switch here and router here and gateway here. So you understand what's a switch here. So how about router? Now, classroom here, LAN 1 here, we have 24. They only show 3. You have 24 computers, 1 printer. And we're also going to go to outside to do our homework here. Then that's a router here. Router also looks like VCR here, if you still remember what's VCR. If you don't here, like your Blu-ray player here, a router here. Cisco also dominate routers market here. So our school here, classroom have 24 computers sharing 1 printer, and all those 24 computers connect to 1 switch. Switch have 24 ports here, and another classroom also have the same setup here. So another classroom here, then we all share. Say if we have 20 classroom here or even 200 classroom here, we all connect to the same identical router, and router will connect to internet. Now, in case your computer have no internet access, what can be the problem? Number one, the cable. Your computer cable connecting to internet is broke, or the switch, the connect to the switch, or the switch is broke. Then the switch between the switch and router here, the cable is broke here. Now, the cable is the hardware here. In addition to the hardware, you also have the software. If your software is not working, or the switch software is not working, or router software is not working, you still cannot connect to internet here. So that's internet. And gateway is a different term here. If the router is here, this router is going to connect to a different network. That's called gateway. For instance, we have different campus here. If we are using a router to connect from South Campus to Northeast Campus, yeah, we call router here. If we want to connect to a different network, say we want to connect to UT Arlington, a different school here, then we call it gateway. So gateway and router here, the same stuff, different name based on their function here. They have different function. So here you have WAN here, or internet here. Connect to WAN or internet. What does that mean? If I send out an email here via switch, via router to, in South Campus, to Northeast Campus here, that's a WAN, wide area network. WAN, wide area network, definition is equal to LAN 1 plus LAN 2 here. Yeah, we have LAN. Then in this case, we consider the South Campus, the entire campus is LAN 1, and Northeast Campus here, the entire campus is LAN 2. You connect this LAN 1 with the LAN 2 here, then you have yourself a WAN. So WAN here. So the school here, this school have 5 campus here. Then we have 5 LAN, all connecting via an WAN. Now again, come back here. I send out an email to Southeast Campus here. Then my email via router here, via a WAN here, still within the WAN here. But if I want to send out an email to, for instance, Cisco, yeah, then to the Cisco company here, that will go to a switch, go to a router here, and go to a internet connecting to Cisco. Cisco have a side connect to internet here. So that's your LAN and WAN here. Most important 2 terms here are LAN and WAN here. Thinking about as small as your classroom have LAN. Thinking about as big as South Campus here, that's LAN here. And WAN here is whenever you connect to LAN here. Connect South Campus to Southeast Campus here, you have WAN. That's the stuff here. And so that's LAN and WAN here. You don't want to use English here, try to understand, say, local area network. That's kind of geographically limited here, and geographically wider here, wide area network. That would not work. How big is big enough to be a WAN here? So that's your LAN and WAN here. Well, we still have intranet and extranet to talk about, huh? Okay, so let's talk about this one here. You know the internet. So what's intranet? Internet is, for instance, you type in tccd.edu. That's a school. That's internet. Anyone, as long as they have a computer or mobile phone with internet access here, can do that and connect and see our website. That's called internet for general public here. What's intranet? Intranet here is for employee. I, as a professor, is an employee to TCC. You, as a student, is a student, not an employee. In this case, you can access tccd.edu. That's what you do. So you can take a class here, internet. You're using internet. You don't have intranet. You don't have an intranet address here. You don't have the username and password here. I do. So I go to intranet. Then why would we need intranet here? As an employee, if we don't have intranet, then I'm going to call the human resource all the time. Well, about my pay, my vacation here, my sick leave, and everything here. Now I have intranet. I can use username and password here as an employee. Go to TCC intranet website to check on my sick leave, my pay, and any other human resources policy here. I don't need to call human resource. Sharing make us more effective here. And yeah, that's the purpose. That's called intranet here. Now, internet for everyone, intranet for employee. How about extranet? Extranet is different here. Extranet here is for two companies, certain employees for two companies here. For instance, if TCC and UT Arlington want to have a joint project, then we're going to assign some professors here. They are going to assign some professor there to work on this project. We don't need to drive to them. They don't need to drive to us. We just open up one extranet website under the cloud. They are all under the cloud. Outside of the cloud, that's nothing. Inside of the cloud, we call internet here, based on the function here. If certain area is for employee only, that's called intranet. If certain area is for two companies' employee, then that's called extranet. Then for this project, we call project TCC and UT Arlington. And under this internet, we call extranet here. Go to the website here. Those professors working on the joint project will each have a username and password. They log on, then they can share. Now, so that's the intranet here. Now you're a student, you work for a company, the human resource is going to give you your intranet to go there to check your pay in everything which is human resource related here. If your company going to work a project with different company here, and they want you to work on that here, they're going to give you an extranet with a username and password. One example is the mobile phone here. I used to have a phone, it's called Sony Ericsson. Sony in Japan, Ericsson in Sweden here. I mean, no one fly to the other countries here. They just open up an extranet. We call Sony Ericsson phone project. Then we have all the files here, all the logs here, communications going to be happen in that extranet here. Internet, intranet, extranet. Speed and reliability here. Speed here is called bandwidth here. You need to have 1.5 megabits per second here, meaning in 1 second here, the connection can send out like 1.5, or if you want to make it easy, say 2 millions 0 or 1 can be sent it out here. You need that kind of speed here. Without that kind of speed here, you cannot support, or make it easy, say 2 megabits per second here. Without that, it's not broadband. If that is not broadband, you cannot use to view TV program or movies here, YouTube videos here, video. It's not working for video. So what can you do? You can use to check email, text file is fine. You can use a mobile phone to talk to someone else here. Voice is fine. Text such as emails, voice such as music, such as phone or human talk to each other here, they're fine, but no video here. You need broadband 2 megabits per second here at least to support you for video here. Now, ideal situation for even for any subscriber, home subscriber or company employees right now is 10 megabits per second. That's otherwise, hey, Dr. Wu, you just said that 2 is good enough. Or how come you changed to 10? 2 is good enough, but it's kind of slow here. That's the speed here. 2 can do the job, but you really need to have a 10 megabits per second to make it fast enough. Reliability here, almost most of the time it will be there here. That's computer, you cannot guarantee like 100% here they are going to be there. There's no way here. So sometimes it's down here, but cannot be very, very long here. Using the phone company here, they have a 5-9 principle called 99.999. So 99.999% of the time, your phone system is working. Otherwise, FCC will come to you. No, cannot come to you. Come to AT&T, for instance, say, hey, AT&T, what are you doing here? Your phone machine fail here. Fail too much here. You're not reaching 99.999. And not only the penalty here, they can suspend. He say, I'm going to cancel your license here. You cannot provide service anymore here, because you're thinking about this way here. If 99.999% of the time people can use the phone to call, say 911, you say, yeah, I know it's not a perfect situation. I really want 100%, but 99.999. Okay, yeah, I can live with that here. I have to live with that here. But if you say, for instance, let's say 70, your phone going to be up 70%, 30% of the time it's going to be down here, and 30% of the time, you cannot call 911. Whoa, that's a big problem here. So we talk about reliability here. We're not looking for 100 here. They're all computed here. It's difficult here, but it's going to be 99, something like that here. So 10 megabits per second here, 99.999% reliability here. Hey, that's my lecture for this one here. I'll see you next time. You take care. Bye-bye.